Welcome everyone to the Road to Grand Champion series, the long-awaited series I might add, where we'll be helping you guys get out of the rank you're currently stuck at, but don't worry, you won't be doing this alone because we have a guest. This is why I spent all this.
And just like you guys, he also wants to rank up. So,
we're going to be taking him and you guys out of the ranks you're currently stuck at, up to Grand Champion 1. And with that being said, this is why I spent all this journey to Grand Champion.
Alright y'all, welcome back to the Road to Grand Champion series. This is episode number 13. So we're making some good progress throughout the series thus far. We're almost about to hit gold for the first time. So we're doing a pretty good job of making progress and progressing through the silver ranks and moving up in the rank ladder. You guys did mention that you guys do want to see me play a little bit more consistently for the rank that I'm in, so that you guys can learn more effectively how to execute certain mechanics, how to make certain saves in certain situations that normally a silver or someone in that rank would struggle with. So that's what I'm going to be trying to demonstrate from now on in the series, is how to make a save in a certain situation. If I can score a ball, I'll try to put it on target, just so you guys understand how to do that stuff a lot more consistently. But with that being said, we left off the last episode at Silver 3 Division 2 at 433 MMR. So hopefully we can push up close to Gold 1 this episode. If not, then we'll probably hit Silver 3 Division 4. It really just depends on how the games go. Maybe we might get some forfeits, or we might play some extra games. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and push right on into game number 1. Alright, so we're in game number 1, and we have Hot Wheels on our team, and we're against Unreal Try Me and Caitlin. Alright, so let's do our best to try to take this win here. Try to be a good teammate. Just gonna drive up for this ball here. Just do a front flip kickoff here. And then we're going over to the side. We're gonna try to position ourselves around this ball. Our teammate almost does a really good job of putting that in the net. We can go back here, probably try to grab this boost and wait to see what they do. Unreal's going for the ball, so we'll just go around it here. We're always trying to make sure we're positioning ourselves to be behind the ball. Caitlin is there for a really good shot, doesn't quite get it. Caitlin is there for a shot again, but we just wait, be patient. Try to go around this ball, get a touch up the field and see how they react to it. Unreal is there for the block. Really decent block from him. We'll try to grab this mid boost and move behind our teammate, let him know he can go since he wants to challenge. The ball is going over to the corner, so remember, they can only hit it off the corner middle to their teammate. So we can just challenge when the ball comes middle. There we go. Unreal, he's in the corner again. Now we can just position back in net, and as you can see, the ball has to come middle, so we can just wait middle for the ball. We'll try our best to get behind this ball here and try to hit it towards the net. Caitlin ends up hitting it towards the net for us. So we're trying to position behind our teammate to try to let him challenge. He ends up missing, so we can try to get a touch over to the side. A little bit too hard, so it might bounce back middle. Unreal hits it back into the corner, so all we have to do is pretty much just sit here and wait for the ball. Our teammate clears it to us. We'll try to get a block over to the side here. Caitlin with the touch towards the net. We'll try to get another front flip save here. It is over Unreal, so we can try our best to drive it into the net here. We don't have much boost. Try to move behind our teammate. We're trying to dribble it into the net. Really close to my teammate there. Doesn't quite get it. We'll try to grab this boost in the corner here, position ourselves back in net. Our teammate doesn't have boost, so we have to wait on this shot and see what happens here. Unreal's going to try to pass it mid to her teammate. Try to get a block here up the field. We can kind of speed up here to try to get behind this ball, but we're going to wait because it's going to roll up the wall here. We can try to get a pass middle to our teammate. This block comes by Caitlin, so we'll just move back here. Unreal gets a touch over. There's no one there, so we can turn on this ball. Try to go around it, get a touch up the field here. See what Caitlin does. She gets another touch, so we'll move back here. Sit in that here, wait for a potential shot. Good block from our teammate there. Alright, so this ball is really high up for us. Really high. We'll try to single jump into this. Nice. We end up getting a really good save. So that is a pretty hard save to make. But we tried to wait till when the ball got to a spot to where we could reach it, and we just end up single jumping into it. It ends up getting a really good save out of the net. So really good save from us there. Our teammate ends up flipping the ball across the field. Really high ball for us here. We'll try to wait to see if they try to take a shot. Nice. We can kind of front flip here since the ball's in the air. Try to speed up and try to get this ball. Try to get a touch towards the net and see what they do here. Nice. So we don't quite get it on target, but we're close. Kevin does hit it to us. We'll try to challenge Unreal here for our teammate. Our teammate's back in net, so we'll try to just move behind our teammate. Really get save from our teammate. Let our teammate go here. Really get pop from our teammate. Our teammate's playing really solid here. Really good ball control. He's even starting to throw in some flicks. So you can tell we're getting a little bit closer to goal, that the players are improving. This ball's a little bit awkward for us. We'll try to get a touch to the side. Unreal's there though, so we'll try to position ourselves back in net. We'll try to get a touch to his teammate. Let's see if Caitlin does here. Caitlin doesn't get the best touch, so we can speed up here. Once the opponents no longer have control of the ball, you can challenge because there's no threat there. So now Kaylee might take a shot here. We can try to side flip this back away from our net. Kaylee just end up missing. So we'll try to drive into this, probably try to get a pass middle to our teammate here. See if our teammate wants this. Unreal does a good job of getting a block there. We're just going to position ourselves back in net. We're going to see what he does. He's hitting it off the corner. We can try to double jump into this ball here. Nice. Really good block from us. We'll try to speed up for this here. Try to front flip. Really good block from Unreal there. We'll try to move ourselves back in net. So you can see the play that getting a lot better on defense and offense as well. So we're going to start taking better and better shots. Unreal ends up missing. Kaylin ends up missing. Our teammate doesn't want to go quite yet. So we can try to challenge Unreal here. The ball is bouncing middle. We'll try to get a touch towards the net. Unreal is there for the block once again. So Unreal is doing really good on defense. A little bit better than Caitlyn. We'll try to get ourselves back in net here. Really good shot from Unreal. We'll try to wait to see what he does here. Nice. We'll try to just drive into this. Caitlyn does end up beating us, but our teammate should be there. Nice block from our teammate. We do end up accidentally demoing Unreal. Caitlyn is there. We'll try to get a hard touch up the field here. Let's see how they react to it. All we have to do is drive into it. Unreal ends up missing, and our teammate is there for the shot. So we were technically first man here, and our teammate ends up wanting to take this ball from us. But that's absolutely fine. If he wants to shoot this, he can shoot it. Just gotta just boost and wait to see what our teammate does on kickoff here. Nice, really good kickoff from our teammate. That might even be a goal or a scoreable shot for us. Our teammate's there. Really good try. We can try to side flip here. We don't quite get it on target, so we'll just go back here. Try to grab this boost and move around our teammate so he's not confused. We can try to challenge here so Caitlyn doesn't get a goal. Nice. So we just wait here. Our teammate wants to go for the ball again, but that's going to conclude game number 1. We do end up gaining 9 MMR here, so hopefully we can move up to Silver 3 Division 3, but we'll see here. Let's see. Yeah, so we do end up moving on to Silver 3 Division 3. We're going to go ahead and move on to game number 2. Alright, so we're in game number 2, and we have Gabby on our team, and we're against Mike and the Pro. We'll just call him Pro. Let's do a normal kickoff here. No one's going, so we'll just try to drive into this and pop this up. So, all that happened there was I was paying attention to the kickoff, and I seen that none of the opponents were going. So instead of flipping into this, I just drove into it like I've been talking about, to pop it up off the ground to make the goalie have a harder time making that save. Just grab this boost and wait to see what our teammate does. They do end up getting a late kickoff as well. So we'll just try to sit back in net here just in case. Pro ends up stealing our boost there. We'll wait on their shot. Gabby does a really good job of blocking that. Try to grab this boost and move behind our teammate. They do end up missing. So we'll try to get another pop up the field here. Okay, that shot might have been a little too quick. I mean, it's kind of the same shot I've been talking about, just driving into the ball. As I said before, there was no opponent there, so that ball was free for us to go for. Our teammate missed, so we just went for them. Wait in net here. Our teammate didn't quite get to the ball in time, so they end up popping the ball up and over it, and end up getting another goal here. Our teammate tried to speed flip, it looks like, and they end up messing up. I do a normal drive kickoff here, do a front flip. We do end up getting a pretty good kickoff. We have time to grab this boost and move behind our teammate. Alright, so we'll just wait in there. Our teammate gets a really good block on Pro there. Our teammate's still first, so we still have to let them go. Gabby gets another pretty good block up the field here. We kind of wait on their shot. Gabby ends up beating both of the opponents. We'll move up here just in case our teammate needs us. We end up pumping them. Just try to grab this boost in position, middles. They're like they're a little bit awkward. We'll try to front flip into this ball. Nice. So I did speak about this in the last episode as we saw players doing this. The guys do seem a little bit worse than some of the guys you've been playing. But you can save your flip a little bit by just jumping off the ground and then flipping into the ball, instead of just flipping immediately. I said we're going to speak about that more once we hit gold. Seeing as I'm pretty sure a lot of golds know how to do that by now. So we're already starting to see silver 3s do that. I'm trying to get a touch to the side here just so the opponents have a harder time scoring. Let the Pro go up for the aerial, he ends up missing. We'll try to jump into this ball and flip once again. It should go over middle to our teammate, and we'll see if our teammate wants to score that. Our teammate is a good distance away from the ball, but that's fine. We'll try to position behind our teammate in net here. Wait for a shot. Really hard shot, so that's not going to be our target. We'll try to get behind this ball here. Try to speed this ball up a little bit. Try to make it a little bit harder for them to save. We end up getting bumped by our teammate, but that is fine. Try to wait here. That ball's a little bit high up for us. We'll try to wait. Pro does a really good job of keeping that ball from going center. We can try to position around the ball here. Try to challenge Pro here. He's up getting a pop over us. We'll just move back in net behind our teammate. Let's wait to see what happens here. Pro is trying to get a pass middle to his teammate. Our teammate does end up getting a really good block there. That ball is pretty high up. We can wait since our teammate is there. We'll see if they want to go. Really good try from our teammate. It is bouncing middle, so we'll try to front flip into this to try to get it away from our net. See if our teammate wants to go for this here. We're gonna try to jump and flip here. Really good block from Mike. Try to get back behind our teammate. Our teammate's back there, but they're a little bit awkward, so we might try to challenge for them here. Single jump into this ball. Nice. So if you're first man on the ball, something I didn't speak about much yet, you can challenge the ball as early as you want, as long as you have a teammate that's behind you, covering for you. If you're last man, you want to be a little bit more careful on when you're challenging, because if you get beat, then you're probably going to get scored on since there's nobody back. So our teammate's behind us here, so we can challenge. It's fine. So the pro ends up getting the ball around us. Just position ourselves in net behind our teammate here, and see how we're the last line of defense here. So we want to be careful about challenging, because our teammate is up in front of us. We'll wait on Pro here. He ends up missing, so we can kind of go fast for this ball. Pro ends up getting a touch around us, so we're going to try to move back behind our teammate here. The teammate gets a really good pop off the back wall, doing a really good job of waiting on the bounces. They weren't expecting Pro's touch, so they end up getting popped over. Our teammate ends up missing this. We can take our time. Try to get a touch towards the net. Pro's a little bit awkward. So here again, the ball was a little bit awkward on the wall, so we took our time, went behind the ball, and got a touch towards the net. Remember, it's all about positioning yourself in a way to where you can hit the ball on target. So if you got to go around the ball, then that's exactly what you should be doing. Try to pop it up. Nobody went on kickoff again. Really good block from Pro that time. That really good block from him. Pro ended up getting a really good touch off the wall there. Trying to move up here. Got teammates behind us, but they were a little bit close, so we got to be a little bit careful. Pro with a really good shot on net. So that was a really good shot from Pro there. So we were first man, and this is exactly what I was talking about. See how close to us our teammate was? But since our teammate wasn't far enough back, that allowed Pro to beat both of us, since there was no goalie there. Our teammate doesn't want to go for kickoff, so we'll try to... Our teammate decided not to go for kickoff, and then sat in front of us as well. So we couldn't really do much there. Kind of like made it extremely hard for us to go there, but it's okay. So our teammate to go for kickoff here, since they seem to like not be wanting to go for certain kickoffs. Try to position ourselves behind this ball here. Try to get a touch of the field by meeting the bounces. Try to stay behind our teammate here. Really good pop from our teammate there. They're trying to go for an aerial. They do end up missing it, so it looks like they're not playing. Alright, they're back now. Try to position ourselves in net here. Try to challenge Pro. Nice. We end up getting a really good touch there. Our teammate wants to go, so we'll let them go. See if our teammate can score this. Really good try from our teammate there. Mike ends up getting a really, really good block. Try to position here. Wait for Pro's touch. End up going middle. Our teammate's there. Our teammate wants to go for it. We can try to challenge Pro here. He didn't challenge. We'll end up waiting here. Let's move up. Get a touch around. Try to pass it to our teammate. Really good block from Mike there. So we'll just let our teammate go. They want to go back, so we can kind of move up here. Challenge Pro. Nice. Our teammate wants to go. We'll let them go. Teammate's going for a cutter pinch. And they score. Okay, and then they're being toxic. After making so many mistakes and being toxic about it. Oh man. This Frank is something else. How they got a touch towards the net here. Let's see how the opponents react to it. Just grab this boost. Our teammates stare, but they're not making any touches. Try to position ourselves back in net here. That's gonna conclude game number 2. So we do end up getting 9 MMR again, and so we should move up to 451, but I still think that's, yeah, Silver 3 Division 3. So hopefully in game number 3 here, we can move on to Silver 3 Division 4. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on to game number 3. Alright, so we're in game number 3, and we have Cloudy, Banner, and we're against Absolute, and it's J-Dog. My box mod is showing that J-Dog is a champion 1 player in 1v1s. So we'll see how that goes. As you can see, J-Dog is a little bit better than the rest of the players in this lobby. So this might be our first actual Smurf. So I'm going to try to show you guys how you guys can play against a player like this. Try to take our time here. They actually look like they might be a bot here. Their movement is a little bit strange. I wonder if they're a bot, does that mean that I should be trying in this game here? Probably not. I try to do my best to keep my mechanics relative to the rank still. I'll just grab this boost. I'll ask you guys down in the comments if I run into someone who's like this player, who seems to be like they're a hacker instead of a Smurf, if I should probably try and actually win this game normally. But we'll see what happens here. Just kind of wait on the bounces here. We'll try to challenge Dog here. We're just kind of positioned behind our teammate, see if our teammate wants to go here. Alright, so the ball ended up spilling out into the corner. We can still position ourselves in net here. The ball is around us, so we can go for this kind of quick. It's a little bit high, so we'll wait for it. Absolute does a really good job of getting a touch there. J-Dog with a really good shot, bottom right corner. So yeah, this guy is definitely not Silver 3. So we'll see here. Yeah, so the area looks a little bit weird there as well. And we'll see what happens. I'll drive on kickoff here. Throw it over front flip kickoff. See if our teammate wants to challenge that. Our teammate wants to grab the boost, but they don't want to challenge. We'll try to say all yours because we don't have much boost here. We got a double jump into this, but we can't quite get it. A really good flick over our teammate. I think I'm probably going to have to play this match here. You can see their movement is a little bit shaky, which usually indicates that this player is a bot. So I might actually have to play this game. Because I don't know if this player is actually a real player. How to get a touch over and up into the net here. Really good save from Absolute. We can try to side flip this into the net here. Nice. So J-Dog somehow ends up messing up their kickoff. Absolute does a really good job of getting a save there. We went around the ball to the right and flipped to the left in order to hit the ball to the left and put it into the net. Tell to me all yours. Let them know if they should be going for kickoff here. Nice. We're trying to get a touch to the side so J-Dog can't score here. Nice. Absolute is actually kind of getting in the way of his teammate there. We'll try to jump and flip into this ball. Nice. We end up getting a really good save here. Our teammates there doing a good job of keeping pressure on J-Dog there. We'll get a touch over the wall here. Try to speed up here. Nice. Our teammate should be there. Tell him all yours. Let him know that he can go. Because we're behind him. Nice. Nice. Really good shot towards the net there. Try to wait for this. Try to single jump into this ball here. Nice. So we still end up getting a really good goal there. J-Dog ends up getting a really bad recovery off of the wall there. Or they tried to... I don't know what they tried to do there. But we do end up getting our goal. Did our teammate go for this? Say all yours. Alright, so decent kickoff from our teammate. Try to put this in the middle for this. Try to jump. Alright, try to double jump this. J-Dog was jumping up for that ball. If you take too long to challenge that ball, he will beat you. So you'll kind of have to go early. We'll try to speed up here. J-Dog ends up getting a really good touch over us. Really good block from our teammate. We'll try to grab this boost so J-Dog doesn't get it. Try to wait here. We can kind of just wait. We want to try not to hit this ball into the center of our net. Try to move behind this ball here. Absolute is here. Then we're getting a really good touch off the back wall there. Really good block from our team. We'll try to position the net here. Try to double jump. Another really good shot from J-Dog though. So yeah, this game is going to be pretty tough to win. But we'll still try our best to do what we can. In that particular situation, at like Champ 1 or at the higher rank, you want to do your best not to toss the ball to the opponent. or else they are allowed to take a free shot, as you saw J-Dog just did right there. So try to jump for this. Nice. We are kind of laggy a little bit. Just try to challenge J-Dog here. He ended up getting a really good flick over us. There's not much we can do in that particular situation. You kind of have to challenge him a little bit quicker here by anticipating his flick. We're up for this here. Try to front flip into this ball here. Let our teammate go. Nice. Really good touches from our teammate. Try to position middle for a pass. We can try to jump into this and flip. Nice. Really good pass from my teammate. So we were talking about jumping and flipping into the ball here. That's exactly what I just shown here. You can jump and flip into this ball. Nice. To get a decent shot on target. Try to move for this ball here. Try to get it popped towards the net. My teammate's there, so we'll try to let him go. Let him know that he has to go here, or I'll tell you that's going to beat him. See what I'm saying there? So if you let him get too much time on the ball, he's going to beat you. So once you see the opportunity to go for the ball, you should go as quickly as possible, or else you're not going to be able to beat him to the ball. That's a really good touch from my teammate there. Absolutely there. So kind of wait on his touch. Got a single jump here to get a save. My teammate ended up getting a touch back middle, which isn't exactly ideal for us. We're trying to jump and flip into this ball here. J-Dog ends up getting a decent touch up the field. He's probably going to try to catch this and go for a dribble. We can try to block this. Not quite. So yeah, without shadow defense, it's pretty hard to defend against a player like this, or to play against a player like this. But yeah, as I said, you can tell by his card movement that J-Dog isn't exactly a normal player. Try to grab this boost here. Kind of position ourselves in net. Try to get a touch over to the side here. Try to go a little bit quicker here. I end up getting a touch towards the net. Our teammate's there, so we'll let our teammate try to go for it. There you go. There you go. End up getting a touch off the field here. Try to get a block here. Nice. Really good block from us. Kind of try to position around this ball. Our teammate wants to go, but he ends up missing. Try to grab this boost. End up getting bumped by our teammate. Try to take control. Try to hit this around J-Dog here. End up getting a touch towards the wall. Ball is pretty high up in the air. Alright. Ball ended up spilling out to J-Dog there. Ended up getting a touch out towards us. We can try to jump and flip here. Try to get a save. Nice. Try to front flip this ball up the field here. Try to wait. Try to position ourselves around this ball here to try to get a touch towards the field here. Our teammate ended up getting a really good pop off the back wall there. Not quite on target, so it is going to conclude game number 3. And unfortunately, we do end up playing against a hacker or a smurf. This guy looks like he's a bot though. A lot of times you can kind of see his card shaking a bit. They go over to the side, but I'll leave that up to you guys to decide if I'm playing against someone who's hacking. If you guys think that I should be playing normally, I feel like it's probably best to try to take that win from my teammate, since it's not fair for my teammate in this particular situation to have to play against somebody like this. Because playing against bots and stuff, it's even hard at the higher ranks as well. So we'll try to do our best to take the win, but we'll play a 4th game here since that game did not end up going that well. We're just gonna go ahead and move on to game number 4. All right, so we're in game number 4, and unfortunately we ended up getting a hacker the last game. So we're gonna do a 4th game here to kind of make things a little bit fair, or not fair, but just kind of try to get the MMR that we ended up losing back. Let's try to grab this boost here. And you see that they end up missing. Our teammate wants to go, so we'll let them go. Our teammate's actually doing half flips now. They seem to be moving pretty fast around the field as well. Got a challenge here. Really good try from my teammate, but they end up missing. they end up air rolling around the ball instead of into the ball there. All you had to do if they would have aerialed up straight up for the ball, they would have hit it. How do you go for this kickoff here? Just do a front flip kickoff. We can try to challenge Temp as well since we're close enough. The ball might bounce center. We can try to get a pass to our teammate. Allen ends up getting a really good block there. Temp ends up getting a really good clear up the field. Try to position the net. Not quite on target though. Allen is up for the aerial. We'll try to backflip into this. Not quite. So these guys are doing pretty good in the air as well. So we're probably going to have to remember our mechanics a little bit here, playing against some of these players. They seem like they're a little bit better than what you would expect the silver to be. They're a little bit faster, a little bit more consistent. Try to get behind this ball. Our teammate is hitting the ball towards the net. And it looks like they're trying to own goal. I'm not sure. They're taking our boost as well. So it looks like our teammate is almost purposely trying to throw this game. I'm not sure if they are or not, but we'll try to see here. Try to go fast with the ball. And our teammate is there. Nice. Didn't know if our teammate was actually going to try to score that or if our teammate just was going to try to miss it on purpose. It looked kind of weird there, so I'm not sure whether or not our teammate was actually going to try to score that or not. We're having some pretty interesting games this episode. But we'll see what happens here. Teammate is there. He tried to flip the ball back. So our teammate's behind us. We can go ahead and challenge. Teammate ends up getting a decent touch off the field there. I don't get the touch off the wall. We'll try to position behind this ball and get a touch towards the net. Our teammate's there. Decent try from our teammate. We'll try to go wide and around this ball. Try to single jump it to the side. Try to grab this boost. Our teammate, it seems like he wants to boost more than we do. Nice. Allen ends up getting a pop off the wall there. Our teammate wants to jump for it, and he ends up missing. So yeah, our teammate seems like a pretty big ball chaser this game. He doesn't want us to fake any touch. We'll try to get a hard touch off the field here. See how the opponents react to that. End up bouncing. We can kind of wait for the bounces here. Temp makes a bad touch. We'll try to get a touch towards the net. Not quite on target. We can try to turn on this. Our teammate wants to go, so we'll let him go. We'll try to grab the corner boost and position back in net. As our teammate gets a touch out, Temp is there for a potential shot. Not quite on target. Try to get a hard touch up the field here by just driving into the ball. See what Allen does here. Nice. So we end up getting a goal. So I am trying to play a little bit quicker since it's seeming like it's becoming a little bit harder to tell whether or not some of these guys are supposed to be down here or not. Still trying to focus on the same stuff, trying to pop the ball up by just driving into it instead of flipping. If it's rolling on the ground, of course. And if it's bouncing, you know you can jump and flip into the ball that way. We'll try to get a side flip to the side here so that Temp doesn't get a free shot on our net. Then kind of position behind this ball here. Our teammate ends up bumping us, so we'll try to take our time and roll this into the net. Nice. So by taking our time here, still waiting on the bounces and just rolling this ball into the net, we can still end up getting another goal. For this ball, I'll take a front flip here. Our teammates seem like they're doing a little bit better on trying to respect the fact that we have possession. Try to just wait to see what Allen does here. Try to take it around the wall. Our teammate wants to cut us off here. Yeah, so our teammate wants to make all the plays themselves. So if you end up getting a teammate like this, you kind of just have to let them do their thing, and you end up getting a goal. So if your teammate wants to be the aggressor the whole game, you kind of just have to let them chase the ball. As long as you make sure you stay back and you're playing defense, and you can still prevent goals from going into your net. So I know it can be pretty annoying, but you still have to do your best to try to play around your teammate, even if they're playing extremely ball chasey. Get a front flip kickoff here. Temp isn't going for the ball. Our Temp was waiting on the bounces. Let our teammate go here. So our teammate didn't chase the ball there. So he seems to be chasing the ball in all the wrong times. He's not going for the ball when he can go for it, and he's chasing the ball when we have it. So pretty interesting play style for my teammate there. Try to get a front flip up the field here. Try to wait on these bounces. Our teammate ends up taking our boost, so we'll try to challenge Allen here. Might bounce middle. Try to wait for the potential bounces middle. Temp ends up missing, so we can just get a touch towards the net. Nice. So I didn't just dive in for that ball. The ball was on the back wall, so there was no way we can possibly score this, and Temp was closer. So just in case he ends up making a save, you want to stay positioned middle, just in case he ends up making a really bad save, and you can just capitalize on his mistake after he does that. Take a front flip kickoff here. Our teammate grabbed the corner boost, but that's fine. We'll try to grab some pads and move behind our teammate. Really high up. Let's see if our teammate can aerial up for that. Not quite. Alan and Tim both end up missing. Tim almost gets a good shot though. Try to move behind the ball here. Our teammate wants to cut us off, so that's fine. Try to position middle. Not quite. We'll try to get a touch to the side, so Alan can't score. Try to position ourselves back in net. Just in case he passes it to his teammate. We can try to single jump into this. Nice. Our teammate is dribbling us at this point. Try to get a hard touch off the field here. See how they react to it. Really good block from Temp there. Try to move back behind our teammate and see if he wants to challenge. Nice. Try to get a hard touch up the field and away from our net. See what Alan is doing here. They're getting a touch off the wall. See, this is what I mean by just waiting to see what they do. Because you never know, they might end up making a bad touch that you could capitalize on. So don't just dive for the ball because you see the opponent's going for it. If they're closer, just let them make their play. And then you can end up counter-attacking them for a mistake that they possibly might make. So they do end up forfeiting here, and that's going to conclude the fourth and final game of this episode. And let's see where we end up here. So we end up getting 9 MMR here. We end up moving up to 453, I believe. Yeah, 453. So we're still Silver 3, Division 3. So hopefully in the next episode we can push up into Gold 1. Alright, so that is going to conclude this episode of the Road to Grand Champion series. This has been episode number 13. We did have some pretty interesting games this episode. A couple of Smurfs, possibly a couple of Smurfs. Also, we ended up playing against a bot. I'm like 90% sure that guy was a bot. You can tell by some of his movements that some of his movements weren't exactly player-like. And I'll be throwing in some B-roll clips here so you guys can see exactly what a bot's movements look like. And some of you who have seen the YouTube videos know what a bot's movement looks like already. So pretty much the only thing that I want to know from you guys is if we do end up getting a hacker like that in the series, if you guys want me to end up playing normally to beat them. We did still end up almost taking a win there, or playing our best to do our best to try to keep the game as close as possible by not trying to do too much. But of course, there's only so much we can do as a Silver 3 player playing against a bot who's performing at the Champion 1 level. So we did do our best. If you guys did like, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. And as I said, let me know down in the comments down below if you think that I'm doing a little too much or if I should be doing more. But based on what I'm seeing so far, as we're pushing up closer to goal, we're starting to run into a lot more Smurfs or even cheaters. But players are also getting more consistent as well. They're starting to go for a lot more aerials. They're starting to take better shots on target. So we're going to kind of have to ramp up our speed here a bit as we're pushing up into the gold rank. So with that being said, that is going to conclude this episode. And that's it for me. Peace.